My name is Zeke Dartel, leader of Syndicate X, and I am the man who can defeat Superman. And it turns out that as of today, as I am recording, as I came across something that has been swinging around the Twitter, is that YouTube is making a change coming October as far as this recording is concerned. You see, YouTube isn't just satisfied with the 1,000 subscribers to be a monetized YouTuber. That wasn't enough. Instead, let's add on another source of verification, another source to become a real YouTuber. You see, in October, they have the little checkmark box which indicates that you are a real YouTuber. And the only way you'll be able to access this is if not only you have 100,000 subscribers, which is detailed a little later on, and I will scroll down for you. I'll take you on this journey as we look upon the disgustingness that YouTube decides what they're deciding to change. So apparently, according to their research, people, quote unquote, who are under this little check mark were talking about how they were getting confused by other creators and other things. I have not seen these people. I have not seen who is talking about this. I have not seen this confusion until now, in fact. So I don't know where YouTube is coming from when they say things like this. And I have been saying for a year plus that YouTube has been desiring to bring back, or I have been desiring to bring back the community tab and have it be altered so it features newer and smaller YouTubers so they have a success of growing their YouTube channels. But instead, again, on this coming October, quote, under our current eligibility requirements, channels with more than 100,000 subscribers can be verified. So again, this is just another way to weed out smaller YouTubers. And, of course, you have to be a real creator, whatever that means. Artist, public figure, blah blah blah. And you have to have some sort of prominence. You have to be well known. You have to be the bigger YouTuber to be seen as the good guy. It doesn't matter what kind of content you make, as long as you are big. That is what makes you a big, proper YouTuber. It doesn't matter the quality. It matters the quantity of what you make on this channel, on whatever you do. As long as you are big, that is what makes you eligible. You see how slanted that is? You see how crooked and criminal that is? And of course, their excuse is that YouTube in general has grown, it has become bigger. And sure, for all intents and purposes, I can see at least that minimalistic foresight, but the way the people behind YouTube has made decision after decision only proves to be stupider and stupider. It seems that even in the comments, which I will also show on this video, everyone is saying that this is a bad idea. Everyone on Twitter so far has said this is a bad idea for YouTube to do. But of course, their excuse is that they just want to make it more clear. They want to make it more meaningful. In other words, they want to weed out smaller YouTubers. That is actually what is happening here. Despite what YouTube is trying to say, this has been from Camellia. So if you have any, grievances with this, I would in a polite manner say that you should contact this Camila person. Say, this is what we're actually asking for. That is how we start discussion proper on YouTube. You don't say, you don't do the stupid things. You say, look, this is actually what we are looking for here on YouTube. We are looking for, say, example, for what I've been asking for over a year. Again, I'll bring it up again. Bring back the community tab and give that tool to everyone and make it so that it's a feature so that smaller and newer YouTubers can be featured on that tab. So again, we're going into the comments. Someone says, N5V saying, I don't like the update. But it's pretty bad. The new design looks interesting. Whatever. So they're trying to say that it looks pretty bad, but it might do some good, maybe. But that seems to be what has been YouTube since, like, years ago. Like, every update has been, oh, it might do this one good thing, but overall, every single update has been more and more bad. So, again, what is this channel widely recognized outside mean, according to this? What, this person's asking. To what extent does it apply? Why is it even there? Again, high subscriber count. Why is that the much better way? Instead of, who's actually good at doing their job or whatever. Someone replying, saying, what does that mean? See, this is causing more confusion. Pointless change from Patrick H. Someone says autistic, which, let freedom of speech do its thing on that one. I'm just reading what's there. That could very well be some, I don't know, like, how well these various content creators are verified, or if they're not verified, or if they were, and if they're not anymore. Someone is asking if there's a way to downvote this, because YouTube has the downvote system. Yep, all they want to do is push big channels, exactly. Denny Rice has it right, hit the nail right on the head with this comment. All they want to do is push big content, and kick out the little guys. Exactly. This is exactly what I've been talking about since, like, since I've been joined? That has been the ever-escalation of YouTube, is let's continue to push these big YouTubers, let's swipe these smaller YouTubers, let's push them out one by one, or if we can cluster them out of existence, get them stop making YouTube content, let's do it that way. This update sucks. Even someone who has that amount of subscribers is saying this is one of the worst changes they have ever made. Me being a content creator, this is the worst update ever. So those are all the well, not all of the content or comments, but those are the ones that are featured here. There are probably more comments hidden. So yeah, that's exactly what is happening here. It's just another step of finding a way to say, if you don't have this amount of subscribers, you will not get this feature. You will not be considered a real YouTuber. That is exactly what this is. There's no other way around saying it. This is exactly what happened right after the Where the Fair Use movement happened and the whole copyright thing. This is exactly what happened of adding the 1,000 subscribers that you needed to get monetized in the first place. It's the exact same thing, except they are upping the ante by making it 100,000 subscribers. They're just upping the ante. They're looking to flesh out all the smaller YouTubers, flush them out, make them not irrelevant, not existent. And this is coming from someone who's been doing YouTube for 5 years unpaid. 5 years, I have been putting blood, sweat, and tears into my content, and the actual level that you need to be at, or the number of people you need viewing your content, has only risen and risen and risen, and it's getting to the point where there's not going to be anything left. Everyone's going to start leaving, but they will have nowhere to go. I've seen some people think about Twitch, which had that has some controversy of its own some time ago. And then you had Mixer pop up because of that one guy. I personally don't care because I've never watched that person, Ninja, whatever his name is. I just never cared for his content, but if you made it that big, then whatever, fine, do you. But still, as far as YouTube is concerned, again, just to stress this enough, this is designed to push away smaller YouTubers. Hell, even now medium-sized YouTubers, because I would normally consider 100,000 like in that mid-tier range. Now even they are being pushed aside, so only the king of the crop of high caliber subscriber counts are going to be seen as this verified. Only they get to be considered real YouTubers, and maybe the 1,000 subscriber mark for getting monetized will be also pushed up to this 100,000. I wouldn't be so surprised at all, just to get even more smaller YouTubers to go, what is the point? Well, let me tell you a secret. If you watch this far into this video, get a Patreon page. Do not depend on YouTube to make your money. Get a Patreon page to make your money. I might not have any Patreons myself, but get a Patreon account. Just get one as soon as you start a YouTube channel. Don't listen to what anyone else say. You have to make certain amount of videos. Don't listen to that. That is bullshit from YouTubers that also don't want you to make content. Those are the people who also don't want you to make content for whatever fear they have of new blood getting into YouTube. Don't let that fear stop you. Set up a Patreon page as soon as possible and depend on everything else besides YouTube to get your content out there. Twitter, Discord, which, by the way, you should check out the links in my description, which will also lead you to those stuff. Also on the upper right side of my banner on the YouTube thing, the actual banner itself will also share. I would also recommend that you fill your banner page with every other way people can view your content. Don't count on YouTube to make money. Count on Patreon to make you money, because YouTube is getting worse and worse as a business, because that is what YouTube is and has been for the past 5 years. YouTube has been a business, and as far as being a business person is concerned, again, if you are a smaller content creator and you're looking for a way to get around, listen to this advice, and I'm probably going to be one of the only few people who say it. Don't follow YouTube. Don't look to YouTube to help you, because it is not there to help you. It is not there to help the smaller content creators. It has never been there for you, probably, except for the very beginning. And then all of a sudden, when it started to become this business, it said, fuck you to the smaller YouTubers. It said, fuck you. We are just only taking the top tier YouTubers, or the most subscribed YouTubers, no matter what their content is. So there you go. Set up a Patreon page, set up a Twitter, set up a Discord, and share your content everywhere else besides YouTube. That is the only way you're ever gonna get around on YouTube now is by looking everywhere else except YouTube. I have been saying this for a year now, and now I am dedicated to saying this on every video that I can possibly say, especially now that this is getting out there on Twitter. So yes, I want to get this out there, make it crystal clear that maybe my message may not hear every single ear, but if it can reach one ear, and that one ear can tell someone else, and we can start a actual talking solution around this, if we can start to band together, then only then can the word community mean something here on YouTube again. Because the word community is a fucking joke. It has been a fucking joke since its inception. It's been a fucking meme, and every big YouTuber knows that it has been a joke. Every time you hear the word community, just look the other way, because that person is probably lying. Especially when they say, oh, YouTube is such a great community. No, it is not. Everything outside of YouTube is great. YouTube itself has been a pile of garbage since this business side has come out of YouTube. Okay? So, once and last time I will say this. Again, look everywhere else for YouTube to get the notoriety to become a legit YouTube, or if that is something you are, desiring to do. And keep on supporting other smaller YouTubers. That message, I think, gets lost very easily. Because not a lot of bigger YouTubers say it and actually do something about it. And that's very crucial. They don't do anything about it. We will see in the next coming days how many video content creators, how many of the bigger channels will be talking about this. Because this is important to the future of YouTube. If YouTubers of the future have any means of getting in to the world of YouTube, if YouTube as a business has any right for a future, there needs to be a passing of the torch. There needs to be something that passes it down to the future, because otherwise there aren't going to be any bigger YouTubers left. Eventually those YouTubers, time happens. I don't know if YouTube knows this, but time passes. Things change. And eventually those bigger YouTubers, they're not going to be around forever. Not forever. Things change, YouTube. And I think it's about time they recognize that. And it's about time they've been called out on this. So, if YouTube has anyone, again, that you can contact, again, I would highly recommend kindly hitting up, either the founder of YouTube or this Camellia person. If I'm saying that right, I do. If I'm mispronouncing, I do apologize. But nonetheless, what is important is that we start to talk. Smaller YouTubers together start to talk, because if we don't say anything, then it's exactly the same thing what happened to the 1,000 subscriber thing. It's exactly the same. More and more YouTubers are going to leave. More and more YouTubers are going to give up. More and more YouTubers are just going to go, no, I don't want to do this anymore. It is time for that to stop. It is time for us to step up, speak up, and say something, or else nothing is going to change. And if it is going to change, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So we need to actually start talking about the actual issues here on YouTube. Actually be clear. Actually be meaningful. Actually have these words mean what they're supposed to mean, instead of lying through its teeth, obviously. So speak up and let your voices be heard. Do not let this fail like Where the Fair Use did. Do not let this go. Remember this day, and remember every other video that talks about this and share it and talk about it, especially if you are a smaller YouTuber. Talk about it twice as much as the bigger YouTubers, because they might not talk about it. And that's what's important, is that we start to talk about it too. We have to start to make the difference, because maybe those bigger YouTubers aren't going to, because maybe they don't share our best interest at heart, because I don't see the community from the bigger YouTubers. I don't see it exist. It just has not been a thing on YouTube. So let it become a thing. If you are a bigger YouTuber and you happen to come across it and you made it this far, then say something about it. Speak up. Don't just say, oh, this is fine, whatever. Don't do that. It's not going to change anything for the better. So let your voices be heard. This is very important. And this has been Zeke Dartel. And guarantee you me, this is not the last time I might be talking about this. If something else comes up, you best be sure that I'm going to be one of the people speaking up and telling the truth, because that is what is most important for the future of YouTube.